Good afternoon and welcome back to the San Diego Bass Fishing Podcast. Thanks for showing up. Smash that subscribe, pound that like, show the love, show the channel some love. Which brings us to our first thing. Actually, okay, that doesn't bring us to it. I want to bring up the fact that I'm going to try this to put in markers for the sections of the video so that you don't have to wade through everything that I'm saying to get to the interview if you're going to want to go to the interview. If you just want to go to the juice, then you can just go to the juice. But go down into the description. It's going to have markers or time placements where everything is at. Like if you just want to go to the juice, just click on that and it'll go to the juice. If you just want to go to the interview, click on that and go to the interview. Of course, we would love for you to stay for the whole video, the whole podcast. We have several different people that we're talking to tonight. And I don't have a lake report necessarily. We have the juice. We have Andy Guzman, who caught the 15-pounder at Lower Otay last week. He came on, he's gonna tell us his story. And then we have the team from East County Bait and Tackle, and they're gonna talk to us about the upcoming team series for tournaments, tournament fishing here in San Diego. And that would be Andy, Mike, and Victoria are coming on there. So stay tuned, we have a wonderful podcast. Oh, and the big news is we're 2 away from 1,000. We're at like 998 right now. So we've been getting subscribers, huge amount of subscribers here in the last couple of podcasts. The one with Randy, we had over 25 subscribers, new subscribers. This previous one, with the ones with the Foraging for Donkey guys, we had a bunch of subscribers for that one. So please like, share, and subscribe. And to show our appreciation, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to put everybody's name in a hat, random select a subscriber who has subscribed to the channel, like and shared the channel. Please like and share. That's going to be a big part of it. And we're giving away a iRod, brand new. I just ordered it. I just talked to Matt, and we are going to give away a iRod Gen 3 and IRG 693 Lone Star Special, which is a 6'9" 3-power rod, casting rod, Gen 3, and this has become a really great rod. I think, in my opinion, there's a whole transition back to shorter rods. We've been talking about this in East County Bait and Tackle here this last week and whatever, and we're finding out that it's fun to fish with short rods. It's a heck of a lot more accurate, casting wise. So the one that we are going to give away this week is a 6'9", which is really pretty short. And the whole nowadays, the whole modern era of bass fishing, where everything is 7 foot and 7'2" and 7'6" and whatever, we're going to give away a 6'9" Gen 3 iRod. Super great rod, super, casting under docks. It's very accurate. And anyway, like, share, and subscribe. That's it. If you want to skip ahead in the video, knock yourself out. The time segments are down in the description. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All right, here we are. The juice is loose. A lot of times I don't like putting this stuff out, but it is what it is. Here we go. So I went and cut, I just went and cut the stuff off my rods, and I even left a little bit of line off of each lure to prove it to you. Then this is what I fish anyway. I don't know, maybe a lot of people don't fish it, but I fish them. And if you've watched these videos in the past, you've seen snippets or glimpses of the stuff that I have that I'm taking out of fish's mouths or whatever. And as far as my reaction stuff goes, I'm going to, this is what I got. Let me try to hold them up here. See if I can hold it up in a fashion that will, so there you go. That's a chatterbait. That's the chatterbait I've been using lately. It's all beat up. Look at that. I took all the lead off took all the paint off the head. That's my deep runner. Deeper, not real deep. My shallow runner. Look at that thing. Look how beat up it is. That's crazy. I go through about a half a dozen of these a season in the winter time. So what did you notice about all those? The juice is today, and it's done up a lot on YouTube and whatever, but the juice for today is the color red. This is a real thing. This is, once the temperature hits 58, even 60, but it drops into that initial drop and hits that 60-degree mark and is still plummeting down, whether it be slowly like it was this year, or it just hits into that 50-degree mark. Red becomes a staple at the local lakes here in San Diego. Now, look at that thing. That's beat up. But it truly works. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have red tied on to catch fish. I'm just saying that in the wintertime, all the way from now until March, really once they start moving up on beds, red is a significant player, especially in reaction type scenarios. Early in the morning, still getting chatterbait fish. The water is 56 degrees now at El Cap in the morning. I'm still throwing a chatterbait. 56 is actually, it's not that cold in the whole grand scheme of things. Still throwing a chatterbait. Got a 7-pounder on the chatterbait the other day, just this week. Lost a 5-pounder on the chatterbait day before yesterday. 56-degree water. It's on that dude right there. In fact, I had to sharpen the hook because I've been catching. That one's getting used, but that hook's been resharpened. The blade's I've had to sharpen the blade and whatever, but you can get those lures. And I'm not saying it's those specific lures. I'm just saying specifically red. They love red in the wintertime. You can catch them in the middle of the day, no wind on red, but it really shines low light conditions first thing in the morning, or if you have cloud cover, any kind of rain, any kind of darker conditions, windy conditions. Of course that goes with all reaction type fishing anyway, but especially in the winter is your reds really come into play. So, and I'm going to see if I can find a picture of a El Capitan crawdad, and you'll see. So I'm going to show a picture right here of El Capitan crawdad, and look at that. You can see why this color, this green red on the bottom, green on the top, or brown red, or whatever, why that is such a player. If you look, and there's another set of photographs from another that same crawdad where I turn it over, and it's actually got blue on the bottom of his claws. And I think that's where the whole green pumpkin blue flake comes into play. but that's kind of a little bit later. Green pumpkin, magic, green pumpkin, blue flake, green pumpkin, blah blah blah, whatever. That's always a player. That's 365. That's 365 days a year, and that's always a good place to start. It may not be the best on any given day, but it's a good place to start. Red, don't discount it, and that's your juice for the day. Okay, you guys ready?
Ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
All right. Okay. Welcome back to the San Diego Bass Fishing Podcast. Today we have Victoria, Mike, and Andy, the team from East County Bait and Tackle Tournament Series, and they are here this morning to give us a rundown on what's happening this year with the East County Bait and Tackle Tournament Series, brought to you by El Cajon Ford, also, right?
Yep,
Right.
correct.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning.
Bruce.
Thanks for
How are
having
you,
us.
Victoria?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Good. How's Hunter?
He's great.
Did they win last night?
They won one of their games yesterday. They had two yesterday.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was a
It was an all weekend tournament.
all weekend tournament. Yes, I remember those.
Yeah.
I remember
Loved
it being in the wintertime too, and being all bundled up next to the pool watching them.
Oh, they got real lucky. They got a nice 78-degree weekend
Yeah,
for the whole
Yeah.
tournament. It's like, what?
Yeah.
This is not winter.
yeah. Okay, so the reason we're here is to talk about the tournament series. So, what's happening with tournament series? I guess it's a go.
It is a go.
It
So,
is. And go ahead, Mike.
All right, we got our first one starting on January 31st, 2026.
Okay.
Here in a couple weeks. So, and then after that, we got a whole list of one a month for the next 5 months going. So, and then we have EOC, a fish off in June.
Okay, awesome, very nice. So,
Yeah,
what's the entry fee for the tournaments, and what does that include?
The entry fee is $300, and that includes everything, including your gate permits to get into the lake and fish. So $300 includes everything. The only other money that we ask you to bring is an additional $20 per head to get into the 50/50 side pot, which goes to support the SoCal Junior Bass Anglers.
That raised a lot of money last year.
Yeah, we raised in between like $500 and $800 a tournament, and you
Yeah.
take that across, 5-6 tournaments, it adds up to a substantial chunk of money for those guys.
Yeah, and we're all about helping the kids out and helping Sean out over there
Yeah, it's
with the
really
juniors.
successful.
Our main bass fishing tournament club for the juniors, junior high and high schoolers. So what is one of the main questions that everybody has is, as far as the schedule is concerned, where's El Cap at? Are you guys going to go to El Cap? What's the status with that? And are you going to be able to put it on the schedule or what?
We do have our final fish off in June at El Cap schedule.
Mhm.
It's tentative. It could change. Also, we could do a forewarning right now that some of the tournaments, if the lake level goes up and they start launching boats, we will hold the tournament on there. We'll change the lakes for the tournament.
Okay. All right.
So our
So it
dates,
is.
our dates are set in stone for our permits.
Yeah.
But lakes may change depending on water levels.
Okay.
If all of a sudden we lose the ramp at Otay, because there was rumors of that happening, then we're obviously going to have to make some changes there. If the ramp
Right.
comes back at El Cap, then obviously we can make some changes to go back to there. So even though the dates are set in stone, we just ask everyone to be a little bit flexible because we're dealing with the same conditions that everybody is, and we're going to try to get the season completed, have a successful season, but some of the lakes may change depending on what happens to lake levels.
Okay. All right. Very good. See and so nothing has really changed as far as as far as this tournament series, even compared to the other day series that Jim Slight used to run, El Cajon Team Series. I mean, you guys have awards and food and whatever else at the end of the day, right? Like we all gather up at the top of the lawn tramp there or wherever in the meeting area, and you guys hand out awards and everybody eats food and has a big get together.
Right.
And a
Who's
raffle.
doing the food? Who's doing the food?
For this first tournament, it'll be the barbecue pit.
Okay,
You know, so we'll
we
be
know
doing the
we know them.
barbecue pit. We do tacos too, so we'll be kind of going back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
Which, you know, we're really, really, really lucky to have El Cajon Ford back on board because they're the ones who supply the food. And Bruce, you and I have talked about it, the award ceremony and the meal, the camaraderie and the BSing and the talking about the day, how the day went, is a huge part of the tournament. So,
Huge.
yeah,
It's a big part.
it's a huge part, and we couldn't do it without the support from El Cajon Ford. So, huge kudos to them.
You know, I'm gonna talk about the whole tournament. Everything is going on with the tournaments in San Diego. Probably after I'm done with you guys, just to go on with the podcast. But in my opinion, and I've felt like this for a number of years, is Jim Slight and you guys, the way he used to do things, and then now the way you guys have taken it over and really have not skipped a beat, have not misstepped. You run the best tournament series out there. You get the biggest draw. I mean, we're looking at 30 to 40, even more boats possibly, and so. God, I lost my train of thought. you do the best job, and I feel that you do the best job because of the camaraderie, you know, because we all get up there and we get together. We're not all spread out over the parking lot and just kind of calling them up and calling out whoever, and people are leaving and this and that. You guys, you know, there's giveaways. You guys have a ton of things to give away at every tournament. You go deep with the payouts, and also, of course, with the payouts is that because you have so many boats, you can go deep, you know. So I think it's just you guys do a great job. Is what I'm trying to get to.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, Jim and I, we always look forward to it. And I didn't know if I was going to have a partner this year, but I was definitely going to fish your series. You know, I was going to come up with somebody, but Jim's come through for me, so we're going to do it again, and hopefully do a little better than last year.
it's interesting, Bruce, you know, because it's like Victoria, Mike, and I, we're not a professional tournament organization by any means, right? We're not.
We picked it up 2 years ago.
But we've done it enough that the experiences that we have from our past experiences working for Jim or me with the junior club, we've kind of figured out what works and what guys like and what they don't like. And that's what's really kind of led us to our success is our past experiences. Because like I said, we're not a professional tournament organization. We're just three friends that like to put on tournaments, that love bass fishing in San Diego and love to be around the sport and around the guys in the competition. And so
it's a community thing too.
Right. It's you know, and along with that is all of our relationships, you know, with the manufacturers and with all of our customers.
Yeah.
All those come into play as well. And so, yeah, we just really work well together, the three of us. We kind of know what each of our strengths are, and we don't kind of step on each other's toes in terms of hey, Victoria, she's good at working the computer. She understands all that. I don't want anywhere near that thing.
Please.
Right. You know, so it's just
the backbone
really,
of the organization
really
right there.
Works. The three of us together work so well, and I couldn't be happier than to have the team that we have.
Yeah.
Makes it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally makes it fun. When it was over last year, it's like we all, you know, it was a sigh of relief, and then within like a day or two, it was kind of like, now what?
Now what? What are we
When's
gonna
next
do?
one? We got to plan for next year.
Right. So it's fun. We have a good time with it.
Yeah.
We hope we're putting on a good product for everybody.
Yeah.
That's the goal. You know, I've always said, The goal is for the guy that's driving away from the tournament that didn't particularly have the best day fishing, as long as he felt like he got a full day out there, got out early at first light, everything was run smooth, got a good meal, got to hobnob with everybody, that guy driving home is saying, hey, I got a lot of value for that $300, even though I didn't place in the money. I had a chance to win some great prizes, you know. So that's the way I've always kind of looked at it. It's an experience, you know. We're trying to provide an experience. There's a chance to win some money, a chance to win some great prizes. But at the end of the day, I want it to be a good value for everybody, no matter where you finish.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I hope that the, not to change it too much, but I hope that the water levels and maybe some slower fishing, even though Otay is not slow, doesn't affect the amount of people that we get out to fish the tournament. You know,
Right.
There's been a lot, it feels like there's been a lot of bad press, a lot of, you know, down in the dumps, feeling sorry for ourselves because of water levels or small fish or whatever. But, you know, this is a tournament. And if you go into it looking at it as a tournament instead of looking at the lake conditions or what we don't have or what has been in the past, you know, I hope it doesn't affect the amount of boats that show up, you know.
Right. The more the merrier.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure everybody's super, even though I said that, I'm sure everybody's super stoked that it's the first one's at Otay, you know.
Right. We were talking about that this morning. So,
yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
really important thing, Bruce, that I don't know if we touched on just once already, but that $300 entry, there's a chance to win a free one.
Right.
For early signups, you come into the store, sign up before January 30th, 6 o'clock. You have a chance to win a free entry, courtesy of Lyle Hunter Financial Services.
Yeah.
He's doing it all season long, just like last year.
Yeah.
We did touch on this already, so I'm
it's a big point. It's a big deal. It keeps, I know you guys do it at the end and it keeps everybody there.
Right.
There's nobody leaving because you might win $300 right at the end, you know?
But the cool thing about it's not any extra anything. It's just go sign up in store. Then you don't have to stand out in the cold and be filling out your paperwork that morning either. Because we are going to need everybody to fill out a whole new entry form with all their information again. So it will definitely,
very good point.
It just benefits you guys. And then you got to come to the shop to pick up what you need anyway. So you might as well get it all done in one.
Right. Come and get a discount. Come and get a club discount on your tackle while you're signing up for the tournament.
Oh, what?
Get a chance.
Okay, Andy said it.
Yeah.
You heard it. You heard it, Mike.
Series.
So sign up for the tournament and get a club discount
and a chance to win a free entry.
And a chance to win a free entry. I think I just come in for the club discount at this point. That's all right. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you very much, you guys. Do you have anything to add? Anything else? I mean, that's a huge bonus. A club discount if you come in and when you sign up. That's cool. Buy an extra pack of chigger craws.
Yeah. Anything else? You know, we have that same great list of sponsors that we had going from last year, including some new ones.
Okay.
You know, Skeeter's back, going to be doing the drinks for us. Obviously, El Cajon forward with the food and the DFW permits. Advanced Plumbing doing the trophies again for us. So John's stepping up again, huge.
Yeah.
13 Fishing.
Paula and Crush City, they're donating a bunch of packs of baits.
Yeah.
Swim Bait,
Yeah.
Underground.
Yeah, Missile Baits.
Costa
Sunglasses. Yeah, so we're adding more as we go here. So before the 30th, we'll have a more complete list. But it's a comprehensive list, and we're gonna have lots of fun with this again, like we did last year. And people are gonna walk away with a lot of great stuff.
Very good.
So come on out, January 31st. I saw your entry, Bruce. So
Yeah, we're signed up.
All right.
I'm not going to stand in. I'm not going to stand in line.
Lower Otay.
Lower Otay.
You do still have to stand in line to get your number, but you don't have to stand there and fill out paper.
It goes so much quicker.
Yes.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, thanks a lot for coming on. I really appreciate it. Everybody really appreciates it, and thank you guys for putting on this team
All right.
series.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Bruce.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Bye.
So, tell me about yourself, Andre Guzman. So, is it okay? So, for one thing, what's your first name? Is it Andy, Andre?
Well, my
Andres?
government name is Andres, but everybody knows me as Andy. So
Oh,
a lot of people, if you say Andres, half the people will know you're not gonna know me. If you say Andy, half the people are not gonna know me. So kind of deal.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
just I live in Chula Vista. Born and raised here. I've been fishing Otay since I was little. My dad used to take me out there in the little, rentals, and he let me do my thing. He hated it because bass fishing is bass fishing. It could be boring as hell. You'd be out there all dang day and not catch anything, not see anything, but there was just something about it that just kept me going, and here I am now. 30 years later, still going, trying to carry on that. I try to take my kids out there, but sometimes they get bored too. So
Okay.
Just trying to carry it on.
Very nice. Very nice. So, so are you a member of Southland Bass Club?
Yeah, I am. I've been with them for about 10 years now.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah.
Yes, I've been with them for a little bit.
I keep trying to get Jeff Pierce or Floyd Jones on, but they're like, no way. No.
And the funny part, they're the biggest talkers ever. So I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know why they don't want to come on here and talk. They do it at our meetings. They do it, during our tournaments. But then when they have a platform like this, they're scared to talk for some reason. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I was just talking about Jeff like that. He's like, yeah, Bruce has been trying to get on there, but no, I don't. I'm like, what? You, the mouth,
right?
The mouth doesn't want to go out. Everybody knows him as the mouse. The kind of. Why not now? So some people are kind of, I guess, camera shy or whatever.
It is so true. It's really weird, and the people that you would think just like Floyd or Jeff, that would just be like total naturals, just don't dig it. They don't dig it, and there's not like there's any audience right here. It's not like we're in front of a bunch of people. It's just you and me talking. Right. So whatever, but that's cool. I get it. I understand. And I tell you one thing about that Southland Bass Club. I think that's probably one of the most fun bass clubs in the city. I mean, I love my bass club. Don't get me wrong. I'll never leave it. But I've been to a couple of Southland weigh-ins. And it's like there's like a party going on after the weigh-in.
It's totally fun. We talk a lot of crap to each other, and it's all in good fun, of course. But it's competitive. But the cool thing about it is we share a lot of information, and a lot of guys, in bass fishing, they're very secretive. Yeah. I'm not one of those guys. I'll tell you, I'll blank. I didn't catch anything that day. And some guys won't catch anything, but they'll say, "Oh yeah, I caught a couple." That's the nature of some fishermen. They just don't ever tell the truth. But the camaraderie is pretty cool. Everybody gets along. We just go out there and have a good time.
Yeah, right on. So so we'll get to the meat of it right now. The reason we got you on here, is because you caught your PB right last week. Yeah. What was that?
A 15.9.
15 pounds, 9 ounces.
9 ounces. Yeah. The euphoria is still high, Bruce. I'm still living back that moment, and it's a lot of it has to do with luck. I wasn't even supposed to be out there that day. There's quick little stories how I got the bait, and that story of that day was, we were hosting a party the next day for my father-in-law's 65th birthday. So how parties go. You have to get ready. You have to clean before the party, and we're hosting. So I had told them, I got a smoker now, a Traeger. So I've been tinkering with that and putting a lot of things on there. So I was like, well, I'm going to do a brisket for them. So, briskets take forever. Yeah. Part of the deal was like, well, I'll put on a brisket. I'll go fish for a few hours, and then I'll come home. I had to be home probably by noon was what the timing was supposed to come out, so I can wrap it and put the heat back up and all that good stuff. So that was the plan. So I put the brisket on the night before, hooked up the boat, but man, it started getting late and I started getting tired. So I set the alarm 5 o'clock. I figured, we're getting ready for a tournament. We have a tournament next weekend, actually. I think you guys are supposed to be there too, right? So we'll
connect. Yeah, we got a practice tournament. It's like 8 or 9 boats or something. It's not very big.
So anyways, I'm just trying to figure some stuff out. That was my first fish of the year, by the way. I hadn't gone fishing. If that makes it even cooler, better, funnier, or whatever. So anyways, my son, he's 3. He wakes me up and these kids get bloody noses all the time. So daddy, my nose, and it's just gushing like a geyser. And I'm like, oh my, getting all over my bed. I jump up and I'm tired. Now all of a sudden my alarm goes off. I'm like, oh man. So I put some wipes, I get them all cleaned up, put them back to bed. And I just lay there and I'm like, man, I'm tired. I don't know if I want to go. And my wife wakes up and she says, babe, you should go. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't get to fish too often. I got 2 younger kids. I was coaching football. I have my own business, and I have another job. So when I get out, it's very, very seldom. Anyhow, get up, I shower up, I put some clothes on, I'm out the door, I take off, and I get to the lake. And when I get to the lake, I see there's a line of boats there, and I'm like, oh man, there's a bunch of boats here today. But then as soon as I come around the bend, the line cleared up, and then a bunch of boats went to the left and they staged off to the left, and they were having a turkey shoot of their own.
Oh, no kidding.
Some other bass club was out there. Okay. So then now I'm the 4th boat to launch. That had to play in it too, because had these guys launched before me, they might have gone to the spot I was fishing. And that doesn't happen. And I don't catch that fish that day. So I'm like the stars really lined up for me that day, and I head out there and I get to the spot, throw the trolling motor in, and on my 3rd cast I get hung up on some vegetation. So I get a little bit closer and I try not to spook the spot, and I finally get her undone. And on my next cast, my 4th cast of the morning, I wind down my 4th crank and she just smokes it. And I set the hook on her. And as soon as I set the hook, I'm like, oh my God, this is a good one. Mind you, I forget my net. And on the way there, I'm like, oh, great. I'm probably going to get a good one. A good one. I didn't think a good one was going to be 15 pounds. Yeah. So here I am. And I had just bought the Ray-Ban Meta AI glasses. So I saw that. I got most of it on camera. But like when I was hand lining her up to lip her, the camera shut off. Oh my God.
No.
That was probably would have been the coolest moment, because you see her mouth, and her mouth was enormous. And I was like, holy cow, this is a double digit. And I didn't know how big, and I'm pulling her up and I'm just shaking. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm yelling. And so I finally remembered that you have to activate the video camera by saying, hey, Meta. And I kept saying, Meta, record. And there's a video on it. Yeah. And finally, when I lifted her up, because I was like, you know what, screw the video. I need to land this fish. I see her and I'm like, oh my God. I finally get her up. And I remember, hey, dummy, it's hey, Meta. So I start recording, hey, Meta. And then that's when, oh my God, biggest fish of my life. It was insane. Yeah. I looked at her and I'm like, oh my God, this is huge. And then I took the hooks off. I carefully put her in the live well, made sure she got water right away. And then I just sat there, Bruce. And I sat there and I'm like, holy cat. Oh my God. So there's a few guys, since we're having a tournament, they launched ahead of me. So I know they had the bubble scale. And I had that old Rapala one that everybody used to use with the bins and all that good stuff. But I know the Bubba scale is a lot more accurate. And so I called up my buddy, Simon, and I said, hey, do you have a Bubba scale with you? And he said, yeah. And I said, I'm going to need it, bro. I got a good one. And at that point, I didn't tell him that I had a giant and I had a double digit. I just told him I had a good one. And I said, I'm over here by the dam. And he's like, okay, I'll be over there in a little bit. I'm on a bike, bro. And I'm just like, okay. So I sat there and I made a few phone calls and I called Jeff and I called and nobody's answering, of course, because it's 6:45 in the morning. Yeah. And I'm like, I call my wife and I'm like blowing her up and she's waking up like, wow, what's going on? I was like, I just caught the biggest fish of my life. And at that point, she had no idea. She had no idea what that meant, right? And she's kind of seeing it now. People, I kind of got a lot of messages on Facebook. It was all over Facebook, and people were pretty cool reaching out. Of course, you get this haters out there saying, "Oh, that's not a 15-pounder or whatever."
Oh yeah, we were talking about that in East County. Like, it's got some haters already. Like, we were like, "Oh my God, can you believe this?"
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens everywhere.
It does. It does.
I'm not too upset about it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I just sat there and then I said, you know what? Since we do have a tournament coming up, I don't really want to show them exactly where I caught this fish. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go meet them. And they were out in Otay Arm. And another buddy of mine, Greg, was out there, and they were fishing within 50 yards of each other. And I told him, hey, Greg, do you have the Bubba scale? And he said, yeah. I said, I need you to jump on my boat and help me weigh this fish. I got a big one. And then I think you might have seen that video. Greg Leroy, I sent him a couple clips, and he put together a little edited video. It was pretty neat.
Yeah, that turned out really good.
Yeah, so he jumped on, and the expression on his face, man, was just, when I lifted that monster out of there, he was like, holy sh-. It was just, it was kind of cool that they helped me out with that experience too, because capturing all those moments by myself would have been impossible. Getting all those angles, getting the video from a different boat, a different perspective, and helping, I tried to actually weigh her, and I couldn't even the little clamp on mine wouldn't even clamp on. So her lip was so big that I couldn't clamp it. I had to find a thinner area, but I didn't want to hurt her. So I kind of weighed her, and I was like, no way, that's a 15-11. I'm like, oh my God, 15 pounds. And I put her back in. And that's when I met them over there, and they were just in shock. And I said, you guys need to hold this fish. You guys need to experience what this fish feels like. And just, she was huge. She was super long. And I didn't tape her, of course. I don't have tape. I didn't get it, to the dock and really fully get her length and sizes. And that was one thing that I kind of messed up and I should have done. But I was so excited and so kind of shocked, and just, I didn't even fish the rest of the day. I was just sat there and was like, what just happened? I threw out there a couple of times, and I was just like, still like, I can't believe this happened right now. So, man, it's been pretty cool.
That'll be one of the biggest fish in California this year. It'll be up there. I don't know if it'll be the biggest fish, but it's going to be one of the biggest fish for sure. That's things. That was just, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a full-on lifetime fish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I see people talk about 10s and 11s and stuff. They're like, oh, this is a lifetime fish. Or I'm like, damn, man, I don't know about that. But that 15, you're going to be hard-pressed to beat that.
I'm going to be hard-pressed to catch a limit at our tournament now. The pressure's on me. I was telling my wife, I was like, I can't go out there and blank, because now they're going to be like, man, you suck. You just caught this monster, and now you can't even put together a limit. So, the pressure's on me a little bit, but it's been super cool with everybody helping me out. My buddy Tony Palermo, I think he reached out to you. He's
right away.
I fished with him for a couple of years. I met him in the Road Rangers. I started off in the Road Rangers before Southland, and that's how I met Tony. So I wanted to say thank you to Tony for reaching out, because I don't know too much of you guys. I've been to some tournaments, and I would love to be able to fish more and more tournaments. I just don't have the time, and that's just part of life right now.
Yeah. So I know you already published this, so I'm not afraid to ask. But what bait did you catch it on?
Yeah, that's the magic question now, and I wasn't going to keep it a secret, of course, because I want to give the people credit. And I have a story. I have the story about the bait that I got. It's a pretty cool story in itself, but it's the Hinkle Shad.
Yeah.
Look at the paint job on that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's the Hinkle shad. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I threw her out there. I used 20-pound tests online, FC Sniper.
Yeah.
Got her on an NRX umbrella rod.
Okay.
Yeah, and just put the hammer to her because I knew where I was at. There was some structure down below, and if she got down there, she was gonna break me off.
Yeah. Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Who painted that? Did Adam paint that? I mean,
no. So Andrew.
Andrew.
So Andrew, he sent me a blank. So
okay.
Let me tell you a little story about this bait because it has a cool story behind it that kind of it comes full circle, and I have a special name for it now, just because of good people coming together and something cool happened to cool people. So many years ago during COVID, I had just like everybody else, right? During COVID, nobody knew what was going on, and a horrible time for everybody. It was a little worse for me. That during COVID year, my wife was diagnosed with cancer. So she was going through cancer and chemo and all that. And then I got COVID. But I got COVID the worst. I had COVID for 27 days. I got hospitalized. Then she got COVID. So we didn't know what was going on. I thought, honestly, Brooks, I thought I was going to die. It was that bad. I went to the ER. Luckily, everything came out. Unfortunately for her, she had to start chemo over again because nobody knew, since COVID was new, nobody knew how it was going to affect chemo and if it was going to do good or bad. So that chemo treatment didn't count, basically. So shortly after that, I had started breeding some French bulldogs, and I reached out on Facebook and I said, hey, anybody selling a little puppy cart or kennel? And Andrew reached out to me because we had met years ago playing softball. And I met him, and he just had like a fishing shirt on. And I said, hey, what's up, man? You fish? And he's like, yeah, I fish. I was like, well, what's your name? He's like, Andrew. I was like, oh, well, Andrew, hey, what's up, Andy? I was like, and then I said, Andrew what? And he said, Andrew Hinkle. And I was like, Hinkle? Like Hinkle baits? And he's like, yeah, that's me. And I was like, no way, bro. Your baits are, I heard about them. I've seen them, but they're like so high demand, but he doesn't put too much out there. He only makes a certain batch of the year, and that's it. And I told him, I'm gonna get one of your baits one year, and we joked around. So that's how we became friends. Yeah. And then, so like going back to the story, so he just reached out to me and said, hey, I have a kennel for you. I said, how much do you want? And he said, don't worry about it. Just come pick it up, right? Because there was no interaction during COVID. He left it outside for me.
Oh,
cool, man, appreciate it. Hey, thank you so much. So years later, I catch up with him again at a Padre game, and he spots me out of a crowd. And that day was particularly different because they were handing out like a Tony Gwynn replica shirt jersey type deal. And by the time he got there a little late. They were gone. So he told me, he's like, hey man, if you come across another one, I'll buy it off you. And I said, man, here, you can have the one I'm wearing. So I gave him to him, and he was like, no way, man. Like, are you serious? I said, yeah, man, you did a good deed for me, and you gave me something. So I'm just returning the favor, So I gave him the shirt. No big deal. And then again, it's like every couple of years, right? He published that he's gonna have another batch coming out soon, and I reached out to him immediately. I was like, hey man, I got some money now. I saved up. Let me know when your batch is gonna drop. And then he got back to me a couple of days later, and he just said, hey, what's your address? And then I just shot him my address, not thinking anything of it. A couple of days later, Bruce, this Hinkle shad is at my door. And I'm like, no way, dude. Yeah. I reached out to him. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, dude, you literally gave the jersey off your back to me. It's just kind of like a thank you, right? And I was like, holy crap. No way. And it was a blank. And I'm like, well, what the hell am I going to do with this blank? I don't know anybody to paint it. So then I reached out to Jeff and I said, hey man, do you know somebody that'll paint it? And he's like, yeah, you got a guy. So I gave it to him. Well, I sat on this guy's for 3 months at his house. And I'm like, dude, am I going to get my bait back? I want to throw it because I know wintertime is coming up, and that's prime times to throw a swim bait or glide bait or whatever. Nothing. So I said, give me my bait back. So I finally get the bait back, and I reached out to Andrew again, and I said, hey, Andrew, you got anybody that could paint this bait? And he shot me a couple of different people on Instagram. And for whatever reason, this lady's just stood out. I don't know what it was. And it's Xena, and she goes by Little River Lure Lady on Instagram.
I've seen her. Yeah, I follow her.
She just got started like 2 years ago, and man,
she's killing it.
She has an incredible skill. I have no artistic skill at all. It's so badass. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I reached out to her, and she was super, super nice. So I say, hey, let's do it. So I sent it out to her. And she was very detailed. After every little paint job, she said, is this okay? Do you want me to change anything? I said, yeah. Can you go a little bit darker on top? Hey, can you change this a little bit? And then she said, do you want me to put, and she put some aftermarket eyes on there too. This thing looks like a real shad. It's crazy. So, the story is that it comes full circle, and she sent it back. And she put a little note, and she said, I hope you catch the world record. Well, it wasn't the world record, but it was my personal best, and it was a monster. So, I mean, it just good people, finally came back to me, and look what happens. I get blessed with this 15.9.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great story.
Yeah. And I wish I was making it up, but it's true. Yeah. So now, so of course, I wanted to give her a lot of recognition because that bait, it's amazing. Of course, Andrew Hinkle as well. And we're kind of all in this together because now she's getting a little more. People are finding out about her a little bit more. Obviously, the Hinkle bait's already well known around here too. But I think he got a couple more followers as well. So I'm happy for everybody on the team.
Yeah. I love the Hinkle family. Adam and I. We've known each other for a little while. He's just started a podcast, and then my daughter babysits their kids, Adam's kids, and
is that
whatever.
Right?
So, no, Adam's kids.
Oh, okay,
that's Andrew's brother.
I see. Okay.
So, I actually have never met Andrew, but I know Stu.
That's his dad, right?
Yeah, Stu.
Okay.
And I say hi to him every, whenever I see him and whatever. Great guy, great family overall. Just solid bass fishing legend. They've been around forever. So, all right, man. Well, man, what's your plans? You got staying in the club? You guys got a full schedule this year?
Yeah. Well, this year I don't think I'm gonna coach this year. So I'm gonna try to. Our club runs coaching youth football for my son.
Oh, okay, nice.
So cool. That's why I couldn't really participate, and I would miss 3-4 tournaments out of the year, and I was in no contention for like top 6 or anything. I just show up when I could and have fun, and kind of BS with the guys at the meetings or whatever. But our season kind of starts a little bit different than everybody else's. We start in June, so hopefully this June week I can fully hit it hard and be in contention for top 6 again.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Very good.
So. I'm gonna I reached out. Actually, Xena reached out to me and see because I like I said, I don't know too much anybody in the bass community. I want to get that thing mounted, and she directed me in the right direction, and she actually does it herself. So I'm gonna have her do it. She showed me that.
Really?
Oh man, amazing work. And I said, you know what? Why not give it back to her and add to her legacy? Because she has a little story of her own. She took over the lure company from her grandfather. So she started her own lure company, and she named it a little bit different, and now it's the Little River Lure Lady. And taking over the legacy for her grandfather, which I thought was pretty cool too. Yeah. So awesome. just hoping to get a little more time on the water so I can find out and maybe get close to this big one again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right, man. Well, congratulations again. And thank you for coming on San Diego Bass Fishing Podcast. Really appreciate it. Everybody's going to love your story. And this will probably be coming out on Tuesday.
Cool. Awesome. Bruce, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on. It was nice to meet you again.
Yeah, nice to meet you too again.
Yeah.
See you
I'm sure I'll see you out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now that I know what your boat looks like, it's pretty distinctive. So I'll go over and say hi.
I'm the only one I think that has a white motor on the out there. So you'll see me from
white motor on a Champion. Yeah, exactly. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Appreciate it.
All right, see ya.